Hello, Stefan Selmar. This is Dark Warrior again. Um, just a couple of things. I don't show my face because I have a job and I have certain views that may be controversial, and I don't want people to identify me on YouTube and I get fired. I don't have that type of courage. Okay, I know that some of you guys do. You have jobs. Some white nationalists probably have jobs in the public sector, and are saying these very courageous views, although many outrageous views of race, and they're willing to lose their job for it. And I'm sure Afrocentrists too, to a less degree. Definitely white nationalists, although I don't agree with much of their conclusions of how race is perceived, or let's leave it at that. Stefan, I think this ties in with your double standard video, because you mentioned why there are white exclusive groups like BET, but not WET. And again, like I said before, it's like that because white entertainment is practically the norm. It's not just because of evil whitey racism. It's just the reality that whites still are 80% of the American population. I do understand that you have concerns that whites are going to be a minority, but they are not a minority in this country yet. So that's why, again, it would be theoretically useless to have white entertainment television. I mean, black entertainment television is based upon entertainment based upon black culture. There is white culture promoted in America. I mean, I don't know if you understand this, or you believe we're looking at two different things, but you're trying to get this perception that white culture is not promoted in America. Maybe it's not promoted in the way that you would like it to be promoted in America. I know that you don't like the racial intermixing, which is, be blunt, is not even 1% of sexual interaction between the races. I don't understand that, but it is promoted. So it gets me to my other point. I do want to explain this to you, because I think you need to. I want to make you understand, or hopefully you will understand. I do believe in the Black Rock Coalition. It's not because I'm trying to separate from. Excuse me. Hold on a second. Let me phrase. Let me explain what the Black Rock Coalition is. The Black Rock Coalition is all musicians that play guitar-oriented music or rock music who happen to be black, or at least half black. Okay. Now I can see someone like you saying, well, why do we need one? Why don't we have a white rock coalition? Why don't we have an Asian rock coalition? Well, white people can have a white rock coalition, but the problem is that it's already practically happening right now. I mean, it's 99% white, so you having a white rock coalition would mean kind of exclusion. And you'll say, well, hold on a second, blacks are excluding other whites in some way or form. They're excluding other whites, so how come we can't exclude them? Well, here's the thing is, here is the major point. In rock music right now, although it was back a long time ago, originated by African Americans, and no Afro-bozos are not saying this. Whites themselves will say this. Okay, trust me. Blacks are not fighting for rock music in droves, trying to get respect, African American respect in rock music. Okay, first of all, it's not one of the most popular. It's not the popular genre in the African American community. Okay, so no, the bottom line is that African Americans are a very small minority in rock music. And number two, to have the white rock coalition is practically saying the mainstream is excluding the minority. You see what I'm saying? It's like saying, I mean, that's how I would interpret it, because Why would you have to have the White Rock Coalition? Think about it. If every musician is white, mostly, not every, but 99% of the musicians are white, why would you want to have? Why would you need one? I mean, that would be a slap in the face in a sense. Okay. So I would question why there was a White Rock Coalition, because frankly, at least 99% of the white musicians and the audience is white anyways. Okay. And you know, the other thing about the exclusion, like let's say that we had black rock fans and they got together, and the white majority would say, well, how come whites can't separate? Well, in rock music, whites already are separated from blacks, virtually. Okay. Yes, you have one or two blacks. In theory, blacks can come in, but in practice, that's what's happening. So for you to have that would be ridiculous. I mean, again, you're talking about theories. You're saying, well, I should have the same theories as you have because it's only fair. Well, if you have a purpose behind it, like the White Basketball Association, the White Support Group in basketball, then fine. But if you don't have a purpose behind it, then people are going to question you. Okay. So really, is there that much of a double standard in terms of exclusive groups? Not really, because again, I'm not talking about being the ruling class, the most most favored class. I'm talking about sheer numbers. If whites are 80% of the population, and it's probably even more because there's some white-looking people that will claim they're Hispanic over white. Don't know why. Maybe that's just how they look at it. Okay. So 80 plus, you're at 80 plus in the American population. You're at 90, probably 90 plus in entertainment. 95, maybe 99% plus. I mean, for you to have the white entertainment television, just does not make any sense. It just seems like you're just angry. You're like, I need to have this. You seem like you think you're getting an advantage of. We're getting an advantage that you're not having. But you already have the advantage in rock music, which is 99% white. There's white Aryan racists that go to rock concerts. That's why they go there. They don't go to the dance halls because they don't want to deal with the niggers and the kikes and the Jews and the faggots and all that type of stuff. I'm just talking their language. I'm talking about white racists, not necessarily white nationalists, but white supremacists like a Kovadegas. They go to those rock concerts because that's where virtually all the crowd's going to be white. So for you to have an exclusive club in a white-dominated area like rock music does not make any sense. For Afro-punks to have an exclusive group does make sense because they're probably the only, out of 3,000 people, there's usually one black person in that concert. So if they get together collectively because they want to meet black people, that's only natural. The same thing in basketball. If white people wanted to, white people probably have exclusive groups in practice so they can meet with one another. So this is just another theory about this double standards. I just think you need to really think about how you look at things. You're looking at it from a very angry, they got privileges, blacks got privileges. Look at, I can't do this, I can't. Why do you need to have a White Rock Coalition? Why do you need to have a White Scientist Coalition? Yes, we do have Black Science Association. Yes, we do have a Black Rock Coalition. Why do you white nationalists, like you're such as yourself, need to have that? Do you think that that's going to advance the white race by having that? I mean, the only reason I can see you having a White Science Association is to promote race realism, which is in many ways pretty much propaganda. No different than black nationalism. So that's all I have to say. Have a nice day.